Why are you laughing?
Welcome back to another episode of CEO Confessions and Lessons. And yeah, I have a special guest. Y'all saw her the last episode on my iPad.
Not on
Lesha.
my iPad.
Was it?
Hi.
No, it wasn't. What is it called? What's my computer called? My MacBook. I'm new to Mac.
Oh, you talking about last week?
hmm
Oh, okay.
So, this is Lesha.
Hi.
And Lesha has been my friend, my stylist, and my new therapist for over a decade.
Yes.
So she's seen it all. So she hears it all. So today we're going to do the front of my hair. And of course, we're going to be using Magical Tresses Edge Control. And
I like that hat.
thank you. This is country but
What does
cute.
this say? Somebody's problem. Take it easy. I like that.
So we are going to, we're going to start, let her get started. I'll have that on fast forward. And then I'm going to let her watch the episode. And then I'm just going to let her do what she do. And she's going to react to the episode. And we're
Oh
going to
my
talk about it.
goodness.
All right. So we'll see you in a minute. All right. So sit back and relax and grab your popcorn while we watch this episode from last week of Confessions and Lessons. Okay, y'all. So it started off really good. We watched the lesson and the confessions and the lessons. And then we got into our video. Y'all, tell me why I did not have us mic'd. So nothing was recorded. We did a whole fire 17 minutes and nothing. Okay, we are here with Confessions and Lessons of a CEO. But baby, we just recorded a whole 17 minutes of a show on silence. Talk
Wow.
about a lesson. But, all right, we're going to try this again. It was so good.
It was really good.
It was really good, y'all. And I just dropped the ball. But look, it's all a learning curve. This is how it works in the land of entrepreneurship. I can't believe that. So we're going to try to recreate what we talked about, and hopefully it works out. But while I'm here and while the edge control is here, magical tresses
Magical tresses.
is what we're using. The edge control is back. It was out of stock for a few months, but now it's back at Target, Walmart. It's there first before it would get back to Amazon and our website. So make sure you go pick it up. You can search it on .com as it's waiting to hit the shelves again. So again, this is what we use. Lesha, do you like it?
I love it.
All right. We just watched and talked about the CEO first episode, Confessions and Lessons, and where can I start? I guess we could start where you were talking about how I got to the lesson. First of all, I know I can start this, which is kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
Were you shocked that I confessed this out loud?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Um, no, I'm not shocked that you confessed this out loud. I think you're a very transparent person. You always have been. Um, so no, I'm not surprised at all.
Okay.
And I feel like, throughout this entire journey of you launching Afro Unicorn, I feel like you've always been transparent. So I'm not surprised at all.
Okay. And the lesson that I shared of me basically not listening to God, and He gave me that clear sign of giving me literally to the T of what I asked for.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I said I wanted somebody like Isaac. He's like, I'll do one better. I'm gonna bring Diamond.
Diamond, yes.
I'm gonna bring Diamond like right where you said he was gonna be.
Yep.
And do you remember me telling y'all that I was done
Mm-hmm.
with X? Did you believe me?
No, because you had said it before. That wasn't like the first time. I feel like there were numerous of times where, well, I'm gonna just take it back. I remember when we had our very first conversation, and you were very honest and transparent with me about, just how things were going and the different challenges and business wise.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll be clear. Most of my issues and problems were always what?
business.
Business.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because this was a while ago. Like I was still in undergrad, so
Okay.
but no, I'm saying that because it's very important because I think you knew a long time ago that this was going to become a problem, but you thought you could fix it. And I remember us having a conversation and you were like, "Oh, if like you were kind of afraid to cut off the personal because I think you knew that that was the beginning of the end." And I remember you did that, and like some months had went by and things got really, really, really strange. That's when all the issues began, and I felt like you could see it more because the personal was no longer involved. Do you remember that?
I'm trying to remember that time.
Like
I took a short break of the personal.
you cut the personal off, and then and then
but eventually we got back.
yeah, but it wasn't the same. I don't think it was the same.
Okay. I don't remember like the official cut until last year.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But maybe that's because in my brain that was the official. Like that was it for me. I remember.
So you don't remember the first time when you realized and you cut it off, and then
was it around the same time with Isaac?
No, it was before that.
Really?
Yeah.
So another interesting fact about me with these people and why my cousin Chelsea never gets excited, I will literally forget all kind of details
I didn't forget that.
of a person. Like if you're out of my life, there's so many things I don't even recall or can remember. Um, interesting. So I had the moment before, and it was it because I was frustrated with oh.
Do you remember? I'm really tripping out that you don't remember, and when you did that, the person started being really weird to you. Yeah. Do you remember now?
I do
Okay.
remember. I do remember because I don't want to talk too many details, but we ended up in the same location, and I made it very clear that it was separate, and they were just like, what the heck?
Yeah, I remember that. That was before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the test. They want that was part of the behaviors that they had to keep me. Keep me. It was more like a I don't know. You say because you're the therapist.
I feel like they had their ways and their tactics of like reeling you back in. And it's weird, like putting it on you and acting as if they didn't really care, but they did.
But the reason why I remember it, Lesha, the way that you say it, is because they said they wanted to be done with it. They wanted to focus on the business. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. But they weren't expecting you to say that.
Right.
Yeah.
And do it. They were trying to program me.
Yeah. I remember that.
Okay, so
back to what I was saying. I think I was saying I guess I wasn't Was I saying that? I guess I wasn't surprised
You
that.
weren't surprised. I said, were you surprised that I like? Did you think when I said that I was gonna cut the person off? And like I was like, nothing can stop me. I know this is a sign. I'm never going back. Did you really believe me? And you're basically explaining no
No.
because you had heard it all before. Heard it all before. Shout out to Sunshine Anderson and Mike City.
And I
Um,
feel like at the time, maybe like enough hadn't happened. Like,
with so much ad.
yeah, but not enough to make you be like, okay, like I really need to remove this
It
person
needed to be
altogether.
my decision.
Yes.
It needed to come from me.
Yes.
Because if it was coming from them, it was them controlling the strings.
Yeah.
It needed to come from me. Oh, wow. So, how do you think I got there?
How do I think you got there? I think you got there because you were vulnerable at the time. Um, and I feel like this person at the time that you met them, based on where you were in your journey, I feel like they were just saying all of the right things. And I think you saw it as like me and this person can build an empire.
I did. I've
Yeah.
always been the one who wanted a Jay Z.
Mhm.
Who wanted when people say you don't need a Jay Z, you need a Stepman. Even a Stepman, I mean, he's still doing something right. I don't know, but I've always said I wanted a Jay Z. I wanted the person who we could grow together, and I really thought that you're right. That's it.
And I think, yeah, and here's the thing, like that just didn't work out because like that step was not ordered by God. Like, let me just say that. Um, it wasn't like he was not God saying you did not manifest him. He wasn't, and you just cannot build upon a lie. And I feel like this person was never trustworthy, and you just can't build with people like that.
Cannot build upon a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Lesha, I didn't even think of that. Like
Yeah, you cannot.
the whole thing started as a lie. But remember, I didn't know that it was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was a lie until it was like 5. So
Yeah, but you kept trying to build on that. You kept
still
trying to
did.
change this person. You kept trying to build this empire with them. I mean, think about all the times that you went outside of who you are to accommodate this person, give this person credit that they did not deserve. Like you completely poured into this person and made them believe that they were doing something that they were not doing. And then something very devastating happened. Like you fell really hard, but that needed to happen because you somehow felt like there was room for this person somewhere in your life, but it wasn't.
Wow, the lessons keep coming.
Mm-hmm.
That is so true. So the lesson I just learned tonight: one, you cannot build upon a lie,
Mm-hmm.
and two, dang, two is just like once you know it's a lie, like you gotta let it go.
Yeah. And you want to know something, what I'm learning about just people in general, and I think people don't even pay attention to this, or they don't pay attention to it as much as they should. Like, I think we got to start questioning, like, what keeps us connected to people, whether it be like a friend, a partner, even family. It's like, I think people don't pay attention to morals and values enough. It's like those are the things that connects us. Like it keeps us here. Like, for instance, think about family. It's like, what makes your family connected? Oh, like we have, we're big on family. We're big on uh, religion, whatever it is, whatever the morals and the values are. And I think we spend a lot of time trying to connect with people who don't share the same morals and values as us, or they don't even have morals and values, or they don't even know what it is. So to me, like, that should be central. And I pay attention to that a lot now. Like, if I'm questioning morals and values, because without that, like, we don't have a connection, especially if you don't know what yours are. If you lie to your kids, you're going to lie to me. If you don't value your relationship with your children, with God, whatever it is, if it don't align with my purpose, what I'm on, like, we don't have a real connection, and I just can't build on that. So my question for you is, how does that transfer to you? Like, reflecting on that whole situationship or
So for
relationship.
that,
Yeah.
it was something you said earlier in the other video. I want to see people win,
Mm-hmm.
and because I had a emotional connection with this person, knowing that their moral upbringing, family stuff was a little off,
Mm-hmm.
and me believing that they truly did want to be better and they wanted to become, and they would tell me like, no one's ever showed me that, no one's ever, I remember Chelsea one day telling the person like, no one's ever cared for you, huh? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's how they acted.
Mm-hmm.
um and so for me it was like, just, I looked past all those things that you're saying, which are so valid now. And in retrospect, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, girl, that's what you got to really focus on.
Yeah.
But I looked at it as, I, I'm going to help him win. How? Like,
Right.
I can't teach nobody morals.
No, you can't.
If you
They
grown,
have to
grown,
discover that on their own.
if you grown and been raised a certain way, I mean, yes, I have to take a whole lot of self
Yeah, and
discovery.
it can't, yeah, and you can't be the one to help them discover themselves. Like,
No.
that's skipping a whole lot of steps. So, yeah, I think that's how you ended up there.
But I was also, well, I was also lied to. But like you said, once I knew the lie,
Mm-hmm.
I should have exited stage left.
Yeah, but like in the last video, what I said was, I feel like you needed to go through that. Um, because, even though we were telling you, and we may have seen some things, which I feel like you saw it too, but you were trying to convince yourself otherwise. I think that you needed to go through that, because as you continue to grow in your personal life, and business, there are going to be a lot of obstacles and challenges. And I feel like going through this prepared you for that, because you had never experienced something of this magnitude, in this part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that needed to happen to prepare you as you continue to grow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So I think I got the lesson. I've
I think
been
you did too.
I've been chilled. Really just focused on.
No, I really think you got it too, because there was even a moment where you were also trying to convince yourself that, like, I get it now, but I think in that moment you wanted to get past it so bad that you were telling yourself, like, I'm good, I'm over it, but you weren't, and then one day it just came to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think sharing my story this way versus, there was points where again I would turn red and I just wanted to blow everything
Yeah,
up.
you want to crash out.
And I think now I'm at a place where I'm healed to where I can really express the story and really talk about the lessons that can be learned and not come from a hurt place.
Yeah, and I think this is like the biggest form of healing when you are, able to like reflect back and talk about it. Like some people are just not able to do that because of shame and guilt. Shame and guilt just controls us in so many ways. Um, and so people aren't, able to do that. But the fact that you have been able to let go of the shame and guilt that's associated with that experience, I think that's huge.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm proud of me.
I'm proud of you too, girl.
All right, anything else you want to add before we close out episode 2 of CEO Confessions and Lessons?
No, I think that's good for now.
All right, so another episode has been completed. I hope that you guys learn a few lessons. Start confessing some stuff. You can learn some lessons. I for sure learned that you cannot build anything on a lie and
Hmm.
that you really need to check the morals of people that you are personal with and business with, all the things. Check to see, do they check off the moral clause? How do they treat their kids? How do they treat their spouses? How do they treat their friends? Do they love God? And if that report card come back and it's not all checked off, then you gotta check them off.
Period. Hmm.
See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
You want me to hit stop?